Or
What's up, guys? Mandy Rose here, and you're watching THS Wrestling on the Hashtag Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I know we did, and we're going to get into it in a little bit here, but this is THS Wrestling presents that wrestling show. As I said, it's been an eventful weekend, and it's just been an eventful, last 20 minutes of NXT. We're going to be talking about that a little bit. My name is John, and you're over here on my screen. That's Neeson. Neeson, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing fantastically well, sir. How are you doing? Drinking out of a hashtag bottle today, I see. Yeah. But, you know, having a good old time.
I'm having a good time. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there, man. I won't lie to anybody. Work's been a little rough last couple of days. I've been swamped with stuff and just working towards the holiday. Is my mic too hot? I didn't even ask you.
Your mic is great, sir.
Great. Ken, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. We got a lot to get to, but I mean, before we do all that, we should talk about the cool stuff we did this weekend.
Yeah, one of those cool things was meeting this guy. And King Switch. Yeah. Having a good old time at LA Comic-Con, doing a panel with the New Japan Pro wrestlers like King Switch and Fred Rosser and Gabriel Kidd.
It was a lot of fun. That panel should be up on the YouTube at some point, youtube.com/that#show TV. Make sure to check it out. Matthew, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. And also, we're going to have an interview, a one-on-one with me and Jay White. That was also a lot of fun. Right next to the main stage at LA Comic-Con. It was a good time. And we also had we interviewed Heath. We did a quick little interview.
We interviewed Heath. We got an interview with Heath. Heath is coming out, that interview as well.
Yeah, so we got some fun stuff coming. And I mean, you got a bunch of stuff too. You were running around as well.
Yeah, it was
I'll be right back.
I was running around as Spider. I was swinging around. That's what I was doing. Can't stay long, not having to watch. Yeah. NXT, guys, if you guys didn't watch NXT after the fallout from Wargames, it was pretty good. But the main thing that came out of NXT Wargames was Johnny Forever Gargano talking about how he was going to tell what his future was going to be. And as we've seen, if you watch the end of NXT, he definitely laid some hints that it's all unknown. Nobody knows. Oh my God. Basically, the black and you see that in the back? See that right there? The black and gold brand, it's done. And we've really seen that by the end of this. That means LeBron Breaker also is probably going to be champion very, very soon. As Malcolm Bivens called him, LeBron Breaker.
LeBron.
Yeah. Can I call you LeBron? I'm going to call you LeBron. LeBron Breaker, as he says. It looks like, LeBron Breaker is going to be NXT champion very, very soon. But with that said, the good old black and gold brand is done. Kyle O'Reilly gave his goodbyes by getting beat against Von Wag, whatever his name, that guy.
Future superstar in the world wrestling entertainment.
Oh my God.
We're building new stars. We don't care about the old ones anymore.
Yeah. But I think that's the way you go out.
Yes, absolutely.
If you're gonna go out, you go out the way Johnny went out and says Kyle O'Reilly. Who needs Kyle O'Reilly when you have Freddie Freaky? Yes,
Freddie Freaker.
I don't get it. I don't even want to talk about that because that just makes me upset every time I think about it. You paired Kyle O'Reilly with him, and this is what happens at the end.
Hey,
they didn't even make him a star. He's gonna be released in 3 months.
You don't resign You get put in a head scratcher of a tag team,
Well,
or you get hit with a chair and put through a table with a guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Well, I will ask you this. I know me personally, I thought it would have been dope if Johnny Gargano came out and said he was entering. He doesn't know what he's going to do, but he knows one thing. He's going to enter. He wants to be the first entrance in the Royal Rumble for
The
2022.
first.
I thought that's what he was going
bold.
to do. That would
That
have
would be
made
fun.
him that would have made him an instant star. That would have made him you talk about who's going to be the next Daniel Bryan, that would have pointed him to be the next Daniel Bryan. But Pink, I would ask, do you think, is he going to AEW or is he going to surprise us and end up in the Rumble in January?
So, I mean, I think what I just, you said something, he'd be the next Daniel Bryan. Does WWE really want another Daniel Bryan?
Like, I mean, they love underdogs.
They do, but I mean, with the rebrand of NXT and the people that we're looking at that are coming out of there, is that something they're looking for?
Well, I think you don't have a tryout match in SmackDown and you try to sign him if you're not going to position him like a Daniel Bryan.
Right. You're talking about Gargano back in the day.
No, I'm talking about now.
You're talking about now.
Yeah, he was just on Smack. He just had the dark match on SmackDown.
Right. That's true. With O'Reilly, right?
With O'Reilly, yeah. So I don't think you don't bring him up not to position him like a Daniel Bryan. I think that's the only way you position.
Oh, you're saying hypothetically. That's the only way that you would bring him up?
I'm saying that's the only way. Yeah, I'm saying if they were to bring him up, that is the only way that he gets brought up. Yeah. So the new NXT really sucks. Yeah, guys, look, I understand people don't like it, and because I'm one of them, but I also understand why they did it. Like business wise,
it makes sense.
It makes complete sense top to bottom. Fan wise, as much as we scream for change, we don't like change. We don't like such abrupt change. Like give it to us gradually, spoon feed us, drag us along, whatever. But when you abrupt change something that we all really held dear to our hearts, this is what happens. But enough of that. So do you think he's going to AEW or is he going to be at the Rumble on January?
I don't, if my camera would focus. Come on, let's there you go. Hello. I don't think he's showing up at the Rumble. I think he's going to take some time off, hang out with Candace, wait for their Biff Busick just posted a picture of him and Gargano hanging out. But and also, do I think he goes to AEW? Not right away. I think we're not going to hear from Gargano until, if I want to throw it out there, I don't think we're going to hear from him until about May 25th in Las Vegas.
Wow. So you think he's going to be, what is that, the Joker?
I could see that. Yeah. I could see that.
So you think he's going to go to AEW? So that was.
I think eventually he will. I don't think he's like going to be there tomorrow because his contract's up. I think he will eventually go there. I think, but it's not going to be like he's showing up there before his child is born. I think he's going to be gone for a decent amount of time, and now, I think he's earned it.
But now, with that said, do you think that AEW has room for Johnny Gargano?
Well, I mean, right now, no, I don't think so. I mean,
then I feel nothing's going to change from now to May.
Well, I mean, do you think they have room for Kyle O'Reilly?
No. Well, yes, I actually do think that. Kyle O'Reilly to me is not a single star. Kyle O'Reilly will be a tag team. Kyle O'Reilly will join the trios of the Super Clique. So yes, absolutely. They will definitely have room for Kyle O'Reilly. But dude, like, do you have room for Johnny Gargano?
Do you have room for Kevin Owens?
Again, he fits with the elite, right? Like he fits with Mount Rushmore. That's an easy plug and play. So if you're talking Kevin Owens without Mount Rushmore, absolutely not. But again, who are you going to choose if you had to choose Johnny Gargano or Kevin Owens?
But he's in a. You're saying like if he's not in a feud with, yeah. I mean, Mike nailed it right on the head. I mean, I think we rip Chucky T away from best friends and we reform Friends in Similar Tights. I think that would be a lot of fun. An evil tag team.
But see, so yeah, no. Like, so you take away Chucky T, which is the guy that's basically it right now that they only have in Best Friends, and then you just leave Chris Statlander floating around.
With Orange Cassidy?
But that, like, you have Chucky T being really the captain and Orange Cassidy being the star, right?
Okay.
You take away the captain, Chucky T. What is Orange Cassidy going to do? The same thing of like just doing these one-off matches. Okay, that's great, but what's going to keep it together? What's going to make them different between him and Miro?
Orange Cassidy?
Yeah.
He does the thumbs up thing.
but you know what I mean? Like, what makes them?
I know what you mean. I know.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so do they? That's my question to the audience. Like, if he goes to AEW, do you think AEW has room for Johnny Gargano? Because again, like, we're just now seeing, and not even really seeing it, but people are wanting more for Adam Cole. And not saying Adam Cole looks happy. He's fine. He's great. But I'm saying people want more for Adam Cole. People want, what is Miro going to do? What is, you could go down the list, really. Like, you got Darby Allin. Darby Allin's now feuding with the Guns, which are crazy, right? Like, that's amazing because now Darby Allin's helped making people. But,
yeah. Wild.
Yeah, but that's like, it's gonna be so long. It's gonna be like 2 years before we get a proper, probably Johnny Gargano build. Like, is that worth it for a 3-year contract? Or do you bet on yourself, like he says, and take the risk of the big money over at Connecticut?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the future holds for Gargano. I think he honestly could just be fine wrestling on the indies. I mean, that's me personally. I don't think he needs to look. I know a lot of people are like, oh, NXT is awful and I don't like it. And it's like, but there's other options out there. There's other places he can go to wrestle that aren't necessarily AEW, which yes, does feel.
I just said New Japan is crazy.
Gargano wrestled I know he wrestled for Dragon Gate USA, and I'm very sure he did wrestle for Dragon Gate proper as well. I could be wrong with that, but New Japan could be interesting. He could be in there. That'd be interesting in their junior division. What? I look at the New Japan guys. I don't think he's as, and listen, I mean, he literally just did an entire speech about the thing that I'm saying. And do not get me wrong. Since the show has started and since I've been on it, I have been saying how big of a Johnny Gargano fan I am.
Correct.
I was watching him when he was wrestling indies in Ohio. So I know the journey he's been on. I've been with him. I've watched him beat Adam Cole for the NXT title and might have gotten a little emotional because that was some good stuff. And that was great stuff for Johnny Gargano. And I am a huge Gargano fan. I'm just saying, if he goes over to New Japan, could I see him in the heavyweight division? No. But if he went to AEW, could he get lost in the shuffle? Yes. But I could see him fighting up against anyone in AEW. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey. All I know
And
is
who knows?
that
New Japan Strong. We just did a whole thing about, we did a whole panel with them. They hyped up the product. They believe in the product. Who knows? Maybe Gargano goes, you know what? Maybe I'll help build New Japan Strong.
Yeah, I mean, and also, you have maybe he doesn't want to be on the road as much, with WWE schedule. So look, it's a lot of things. I'm gonna tell you right now. I hope to see Johnny Gargano in a Royal Rumble, just so we can see him have a proper WrestleMania moment this year in Dallas. I think he's definitely earned that. Because we just never know, he could go, WWE always be there, but we just never know what could happen in 3 years. So I would love for him to get that. That's my hope for him. But whatever best suits him and the family, I think it'll be great.
Listen, if WWE was literally like, we are going to make you the next Daniel Bryan, I would be 100% on board with that. But it's like, is that where do they want someone like, if you look at NXT 2.0, it looks like we're not keeping around the guys who could be the next Daniel Bryan in size and stature. We're not doing that. That's just how it looks from my point. So besides Roderick Strong, who's apparently is sticking around.
Carmelo Hayes isn't that much bigger. But you're right, but hey, AJ Styles versus Johnny Gargano will be a match. But I do want to say something. I do want to say something that Billy Ray said about, can we get an arena takeover show? First of all, takeovers are done, which is it definitely looks like that, which saddens me. But also Johnny Gargano deserved an arena goodbye. Yes, the PC is great, and that was same NXT faithful, but come on, man, imagine hearing "Be yourself, you can't be no one else." Dun, dun, and they gotta give them hell. In an arena singing along, that would have been bigger than Judas. It would have been bigger than Judas. They could have cut the sound off. You just would have heard, I know, man. I work out to that song. Every time I hear that song, it makes you feel a way. It evokes an emotion, and this is why exactly in St. Louis, I just want to hear
How does this sway you at all? It looks like Gargano basically, after the cameras went off, no sold, got a standing ovation, and HBK came out and hugged him. Does that sway anything for you to where what you think he's doing?
He's definitely gone.
He's gone. For now, he is gone. Like, he is like a free agent.
Yeah, for now he is gone. A part of me just maybe I like to watch the world burn. So that's why I want to see the Royal Rumble thing, but I really just don't want to get him lost to that shuffle at AEW, man. Like, all those people we just named haven't even sniffed the main title run yet. And are you just gonna take him and push him in front of them? Nah. I want to see Orange Cassidy, MJF, Darby Allin, Miro, etc., all sniff that main title run. I don't want Johnny Gargano to come over there and just get lost.
Well, but also I think he could still go over there, and he doesn't have to be like, "What's up, guys? I'm getting a world title shot." I feel like that doesn't have to happen. I think he could still be relevant without having to be in a picture. AEW is going to need more titles. No, we don't need. Well, no, we don't. No, we don't need any more. We're good right now, I think.
Yeah. But he's right though. If they keep adding his people, the inflated roster that they're gonna have, be it that it's all good talent. Remember, WWE had that same roster minus the elite people, but they're building that same inflated roster, and it was just not enough to be able to get everybody involved. So
do you think, and I know we're kind of bleeding over into AEW talk a little bit, but
yeah,
do you think they're gonna need to do a brand split?
I prefer brand splits. I think brand splits are great. I think brand splits allow wrestlers to actually get the time they need, and so you're not seeing you shouldn't be seeing Punk on Dynamite and Rampage. Like, that should not be the same thing. It should be one or two. Like, that's it. And so if you put them on one, that means it gives another wrestler that other time they took up on the other show. So I'm a fan of brand splits. I hope they do a brand split. I just hope it's not as sports entertainment-y, as we're on SmackDown. I hope it's like, hey, okay, just these are your two brands. You don't never need to cross it. You can literally you have enough to stick inside of these walls, and you build what's side in there, because no one on this chat, no one watching this show could ever say brand splits did not work, because SmackDown time and time again with little resources have made stars without going over to the other show.
Can I show you a picture real quick?
Sure. They're gone. That was it. That was the last of the
Does that sway you that he's not coming back, or do you think
no, that doesn't sway me. That doesn't sway me either way.
It's weird because like it feels like they're just like, we don't care about like free agent indie guys anymore. And technically, while Gargano's we need to move on, but while Gargano's been in the system for seemingly forever, and he basically knows the quote unquote way to wrestle on television, it just kind of seems like, wouldn't they have made him a good enough deal already? If they wanted to keep him, or they just like call us in March after your kid's born.
I mean, but this is also Tuesday. I mean, so we don't have a show until Friday for WWE. So of course they're going to do the goodbye to NXT. Like, I think this is just the goodbye to NXT. Like, they're done with NXT, even though Matt Riddle is back at NXT. But the other thing,
yes. What a pairing made in heaven.
Yes, which is great. I mean, I still think Ricochet should have been a part of that pairing, but hey, I guess it's too much like Trey Miguel. But yeah, I think it's goodbye to NXT. It doesn't sway me in any way. I think if you want to have an impact, you make him be. Look, they're not going to have any surprise interests in the Rumble. There's no surprise interests in the Rumble, guys. Like, so if you want to, you have to build that inside of your own brand now. And one way to do that is to have Johnny Gargano come out. If not, he's at AEW. I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up to AEW tomorrow, though. I honestly wouldn't, because it's winter break. It's winter break.
Wait, winter's coming isn't tomorrow, is it? I thought it was next
tomorrow.
week.
I thought it was tomorrow.
No, I'm pretty sure it's next week. Oh boy, guys.
Whenever it is, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up at it. But
he's gonna be the snowman. He'll be the new Sting. He'll come out in Sting paint. It's the 15th. Yeah,
it's the 15th. So it's next week. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just like that. That's just what it is.
What does chat think, guys? Where do you think Gargano's going? We've seen some people say AEW, kind of, sort of, but let us know where you think he's going. But let's let's move on here. Let's move on to you want to talk about old Bob?
Yeah, man. Let's move on to Big Boy Bob, BBB. Bobby
Lashley.
Big Boy Lashley. BBL.
So
I cracked myself up. Bobby Lashley. So look, we had not only do we have a cage match versus Big E versus Kevin Owens, which is a fantastic banger. By the way, Raw last night put on some bangers. Just bangers. We had that. Seth Rollins comes in at the end. Big E ends up Big ending both of them. But during the commercial break, Bobby Lashley comes out and beats the shit out of everybody. Now, here's my thing. Last week, I believe, whatever week, when Roman Reigns showed up at the end in a dark match, walked by Seth Rollins, and they had a face-to-face stare. Clearly, cameras are going to pick it up, etc., like whatever. They've been only crossing paths since what was that? Not even SummerSlam. It was last year. They've been crossing paths. And it was always these people are both heels. These guys are both heels. How is this going to be? It felt like a WrestleMania match back when back when, it was the whole last Hell in a Cell, when it was Jey Uso versus Roman, right? It felt like it was a WrestleMania main event bound to happen. It looks like now, seeming like that's what they're propping up. I think Bobby Lashley is the road to get us to cheering for Seth Rollins just enough so we could have Roman versus Seth and actually sell some big tickets and have people invested into a story. Because if one thing is for sure, Bobby Lashley is a heel, and Vince wants to keep him a heel through and through, and he's going to do whatever it takes for him to get booed. And if one thing you do, you go beat up all the internet darlings, which is Big E, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins, and you stand tall posing and walk away with no explanation. That, my friends, is a heel that's on a road with Seth Rollins on the car on that road to WrestleMania to get to Roman Reigns. But I wanted to ask you, what did you think about that?
Listen, I'm all for Lashley being in the spotlight because he deserves it. He and MVP are an amazing combo. I think once again, I am just so iffy on making Seth Rollins a face. And it has to be done right, because we can't have like, how's it going, Chicago? Like that kind of Seth. I can't do that Seth Rollins nonsense anymore, dude. Like,
why do you have to do it like that?
That's how he sounds, right? Was that a good Seth Rollins impression?
Chicago.
But I'm saying, like, it has to be done properly. Like, I don't really know how they would go about it to where it doesn't feel like, oh boy, like, he's going to be a face. And it just feels like I don't want him to get comfortable, because this character he's doing now is great. I don't want him to get comfortable in I'm the good guy now, so I got to go out and be like, hey, I keep using Chicago. I don't know why.
Hey, Chicago.
This guy's an idiot, right? And they're like, yeah, we love you, Seth. It's like, I don't want that anymore. And I feel like he's beyond that. I think he's doing great character work, and I would just hate for them to take that away from him, because, and I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying he might psychologically be like, I have to be a good guy now, and it won't be the same character,
Well,
then on the other end of that, you can't turn Bobby Lashley face. You could have, when he was beating the crap out of Goldberg, we witnessed it full. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. But you can't do it. I don't think you can do it now, because, as you said, he just beat up the fan favorites, all of them. So it's weird. It's a weird place to be in. And are we to the point where we have too many heels in WWE? I feel like this has always been a discussion we've had.
This is always WWE loves their heels. So yeah. But it's harder to get. It's weird. They know that it's harder to get us to root for an all-out good guy when he's always been an all-out good guy, but it's easier to get us to root for a bad guy when they want him to be a good guy.
Yeah.
You know? It's just that it's like the Miz, right? It's like we will boo the Miz to get over his boo, and we'll congratulate him because, you know, we'd be like, yo, you deserve everything you get. Congratulations, boo. And they're like, wait, they're clapping for her. Turn them face. And we're like, no.
Yeah.
It's not what we wanted.
No,
yeah.
It's a weird place to be because while I think I need to see, I'm sorry, I don't need to see. I want to see Seth versus Roman. I think that is just, there's a lot of history there, and I think that is a main event at WrestleMania match.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. You don't think so?
I don't see it
with
now.
Dean Ambrose as special guest referee.
Now we're talking. I don't see it now though. I think which they're very good at, like WrestleMania's in 4 weeks. Let's cut a shoot work promo. And then like everybody's invested. But I just don't see it now. But that's something, like you said, is so much history, which I would want to, like, it definitely should be seeds planted now. But one, they're on separate brands. So that means somebody is gonna have to win a Rumble or something like that.
I mean,
it's just a lot of hurdles to get to. A lot.
Not necessarily. Listen, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, Neeson, but they pick who the champions are. Did you know that?
Who knows what would happen? Hey, that's something I would want. Like, if it was in Philly, like if they said Roman versus Seth in Philadelphia or in like Chicago,
what if Philly just chanted, "We don't want this"?
I would love it.
I'm just, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, they're on separate brands, so one of them has to win the Rumble. What if they make a trade? What if the brands make a big trade?
Are you gonna trade Becky? You know they come with a package, right?
Oh yeah, you got to do that nonsense.
Not nonsense. They're married. They would have spent time together.
It's nonsense. No. All right, fine. It makes sense. Well, then if he wins the Rumble, wouldn't he be on the other brand then?
But that's this is my conundrum. This is my problem with the reason why Roman, and it's multiple reasons why I think Roman and Seth is not a main event WrestleMania match. And these are under my list. One day I will sit down and I will write a full 10-page essay about it. But for now, I would definitely say they're on separate brands, which means it'll have to be a trade, which means Becky will also have to go over there, which means Raw will lose their tadpole female star, which could be Bianca. But who are they going to put on Raw after that? Are they going to take Sasha to Raw? Are they going to take Shotzi to Raw? That's not going to work. Are they going to take Charlotte to Raw? Well, they could, because that's a whole other thing. How are you going to get there? That's the one. That's the one point. WWE is
Comment says it all.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very confusing.
Whatever happens with that, there's one thing we don't have to be confused about, and that's that they have built a rocket ship. They've gotten some duct tape, and they put it on Austin Theory, and Vince McMahon said, "God damn it, impress me." So Austin Theory gets slapped in the face by Vince McMahon. Now he's literally just hanging out with Vince McMahon in these somewhat awkward backstage. Yes.
He stole Vince McMahon's $100 million egg that was gifted to him from The Rock, which allowed him a title shot from Vince McMahon, which allowed him time with Vince McMahon because he was
Willy
impressed.
Wonka.
Yeah, hey, golden nugget, golden ticket, golden egg.
Who
This is what we got.
stole my golden egg?
Which is it's funny that The Rock gave Vince McMahon a golden egg when The Rock was Vince McMahon's golden egg. Yeah. Guys, I'm here every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, right here for all your dad jokes.
He's smart, ladies and gentlemen. He's smart. So he goes out and attacks Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
I guess thus ending the nope, that's a different feud. Sorry, folks. It's been a long week and it's only Tuesday. So now we've strapped the rocket ship to Austin Theory. He's going to seemingly get a one-on-one match with Finn Balor here, which is pretty big, I would say, for Austin Theory. When this match happens, do we think Austin Theory gets the win?
Yeah, of course Austin Theory gets the win. I think Finn Balor, look, Finn Balor just had a great victory over T-Bar. So, it'd be a great thing. I'm joking. Austin Theory, this is the art of making Austin Theory, the art of making a star, really. The art of the theory. That's what I like to call it, because you put this man next to Vince McMahon for multiple segments on multiple shows, and it is one of the main threads throughout the show for multiple weeks. And then you have him attack Finn Balor. You have him hit his finisher on Finn Balor, plus take the picture. I think this is the perfect feud to bring a more aggressive side out of Finn Balor, but also to have Finn Balor put over Austin Theory. And we're going to see the steady climb of Theory. Yes, go straight to the moon.
I have a question.
Yep.
So the last time we saw somebody kind of be Vince McMahon's new project, it was Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
And that kind of sort of didn't work out. What's going to be different this time?
I would hope that Austin Theory learns from Drew's mistakes. I think it's a thing of it. Drew will tell you, he said he thought he was it.
McIntyre's on SmackDown, isn't he?
McIntyre's on SmackDown.
That's an easy match right there.
It is easy.
You should stop hanging around with that guy. It didn't do me any good.
Exactly, but also it did get him an Intercontinental title, and I think
it did.
And I think Austin Theory is far along than Drew McIntyre was at this stage. Austin Theory is a star. You saw Drew McIntyre, okay, he has the makings of being a star, but Austin Theory is a star now.
Yeah, I mean, Drew had to go to the Indies, build himself back up, come back, and be like, "Holy crap!" Okay.
Yes, no disrespect, no shots to Drew. It's just that when you look at Austin, you could literally take Damian Priest out and plug him in, and he could be the U.S. champion and do the same exact things. He is Randy Orton when he was 22. He is John Cena in 2004, right? He is that guy. 2003.
So you would put him on a trajectory like those guys? Would you?
Absolutely.
Would you maybe also compare him if you're saying would you compare him to maybe Kurt Angle?
Absolutely.
Coming in, just straight up winning the title in what? He won it in
8 months or 9 months.
8 months. Do you think we're gonna see? Okay, hold on. Let me throw this out here. Do you think Austin Theory beats Big E to become the WWE champion? So you think that's where we're going?
I think.
I'm sorry. He already had the match with him.
Yeah. He already had the match.
That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we circle back to that.
Okay.
I think it's going to be some months. I say I think. I hope that's what happens. Do I think they actually do that? No.
Because that would be like, I feel like they haven't brought anybody up since Balor.
It's only been women.
Yeah. I think Balor was the last like male wrestler they did it with.
Bianca was the last female wrestler.
So, I mean, that would be interesting. That would be something new, wouldn't it?
Austin Theory winning the Royal Rumble and headlining WrestleMania, I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow. Well, I mean, we'll talk about our predictions for next year in a future show, which I guess we'll tease at the end of this here.
All right, let's move on.
Let's talk a little bit about AEW. I mean, we talked a great length about them earlier, but we want to talk about Bryan Danielson, and I said his name right without looking at it anywhere, so that's great. We're almost there, folks.
Call him Bryan Fickle Danielson. That's my name, and I'm sticking to it.
And you mentioned something that was very interesting that I didn't think of before we started talking. You said that he's still coming out of the face tunnel. He's still coming out of the face tunnel, but from what we can see, he's being a complete asshole. He's doing the poses when he's putting guys in submissions. He's doing the I have till 5 referee. He's doing all the classic stuff that a heel will do, but he's still coming out the face tunnel. Now, I love this because I think some of the best villains are the ones that are completely convinced that they are doing the right thing and that whoever they are adversaries with, they are wrong. Like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm Bryan Danielson. I come out here and wrestle all the time. I'm one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And this guy, he just comes out and he says words to me. I don't care about that. Let's wrestle. Well, let's wrestle now. No, I'm good. So I love this. I didn't think I would love it at first because it's like, it feels too soon to turn Bryan Danielson heel, but I think his heel work so far has been great.
Bryan Danielson as a heel, we knew was fantastic, and the fact that he's still every villain, like you said, every villain is a hero in their own story, right? So for him to still come out the face tunnel, for him to call the fans fickle, which they're very fickle. He's there to get he won the right to win a title shot to the AEW championship. It is not his fault that the AEW champion is a fan favorite. Why are you booing him? Why does he? So fine, like, you don't want to take this serious? Yeah, he didn't take a day off after he won the WrestleMania. That next day, he was on Monday Night Raw wrestling. He was saying all facts, but you boo him? You boo him. You know why? Because you're fickle. That's why. And I agree. So he's not the bad guy. He's the good guy. And he's doing what good guys do, is stand their ground, fight for what's theirs, and prove that he did nothing wrong. And he did exactly what he's been saying he's going to do, was kick the Dark Order's head in. Now, I hope he doesn't kick Anna Jay's head in. If you watch BTE, Anna Jay, relax. Anna, don't do it. But he's going to kick in their heads. It's Adam Page decides to show face at winter break.
Now, the big question, and I'm sure we will once again talk about this next week before. Are you still? Well, actually, I actually don't know if I ever asked you this. Are you still? Sorry. Are you of the belief right now that Daniel Bryan is going to beat Hangman Page?
No, I think no. It's inside of me saying I want to see Hangman Adam Page's title mean something, and I want to see him actually like sink his teeth into something and build, and he could still be on the chase, but with the title. I think that's a very interesting way to have it, to where it's like you're proving yourself with the title. That's what I would like to see. So I'm gonna say no. I hope I don't see Daniel Bryan winning, but I mean, if he does, do you blame him?
Do I blame who? If he loses?
The con.
Do I blame Tony?
No,
I
I'm saying,
blame
like, do you like, is it a bad thing? Like, do you blame AEW for going with Daniel Bryan rather than going with Adam Cole?
No, I don't blame them, but I think if we, we're trying to build up other stars, and we've had other people come out and say, and I know that's not his shtick. That's not Daniel Bryan's, or I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson. God damn, so close.
Fickle.
That's not his, that's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to be a champion. He's trying to win. But in general, AEW feels like we're trying to build up these other stars. I mean, we mentioned the 4 pillars and all that stuff. So I think it would be like the journey to get Hangman Page to become the world champion was great. And I feel like we haven't even gotten what he could do. We haven't given him that chance. We gave him the chance the first time around, and they ended up going, no, it's going to be Jericho. And then we were like, wow, that Hangman, they really didn't do anything with him, huh? And now he's back on top. And I think that we should at least run with it. I almost think this match is not going to be a clean finish.
Think it's gonna go to distance or a dirty
60? No way.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
So
that
you think
crazy?
So you think it'll be a dusty finish?
Yes. I also want, like, I know I said 60. That's crazy. I want to see what other matches they announce, and if they don't announce a lot, then maybe might be something there.
First of all, if it's a 60-minute draw for Adam Cole's first real title defense, I think that'd be amazing. I think that's where they both get over. You can always work back to it. I think it'd be great.
If you do that, where do you go from there? Do you want to see it again?
You get Adam Cole steps up and is like, no, man, like, you had your chance. You didn't get it done. Like, my record is I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated since I've been here. It's my time. Like, okay. And you have that before the end of the year. And then you could have him lose, and then you could have Kenny Omega come back at the top of the year. And now you have this whole, like, when I was gone, you couldn't get it done. And then they get match 2. Adam Cole cost Kenny Omega the title shot. It's like, who are you talking about? Like, you left. I kept this afloat. And now you have the Adam Cole and Kenny Omega story. Give me the pin, Khan. Give me the pin. No, you're not related to a Khan. You're not a Nick Khan or Tony Khan.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Okay. But we do agree, like, I think it was the right move to turn Danielson heel. I think it was the right call, especially when you're losing Kenny Omega for who knows how long.
Yeah. And you put it that way, yes, you're right. I guess if you don't want to put Adam Cole ahead of that, or you don't want to do, you have Miro, like, I don't think you. Besides those two, I don't think you have another. MJF is working there, right? He's about to be there. But yeah, I think it was the right call to have Bryan as a heel for sure.
And do you still think MJF's the one that defeats Adam Page? I know we had spoken about that a little while ago.
I don't know, man. I think that's so far down the line. I don't think MJF beats Adam Page. I think MJF that's gonna be that may be like fall 2022.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to talk about War Games a little bit?
War
I have not
Games.
gotten I have not gotten a chance to watch War Games, but
Guys,
it looked crazy.
when I say Cora Jade, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
She has a skateboard, right? That's her.
Cool. She's Kilowatt from Demon Slayer. No, the first thing that comes to mind to me is she is the perfect blend of AJ Lee and Paige. She is like literally like the prototypical. We talked about underdogs. She is the underdog for the women's division. She is what Alexa Bliss was outside of the four horsewomen, right? Like she was the perfect difference for them. Like she was smaller, she had the bigger personality, she was able to do all these like little nuanced things, and I'm seeing a lot of that in Cora Jade. You think of AJ Styles, you think of AJ Lee, how she had a big personality and was smaller in stature and was just able to make moves look. It reminds me of how Sasha Banks is able to make moves look so devastating.
Yes.
And AJ Lee had that same exact thing. And Cora proved that when she took a spot, she did a front flip off of the cage onto somebody on a table.
I saw that.
Fell on her shoulder and she sold the shoulder. Legitimately hurt or not, I thought she legitimately hurt it just because of the way she fell. But legitimately hurt or not, they came out with a sling today.
Tonight, yeah.
And that was incredible. Like, also, a lot of people came out in bandages from last night. That is something that we don't always see when it comes to continuity in WWE. So kudos to that. We got to give the flowers when they're due. But Cora Jade to me stole the show. Like, from her end up getting the last pin, like that just proved huge. She stole the show. As far as like on the men's, I think Cora Jade stole the overall show, but as far as on the men's side, yeah, man, John Gargano had it from the top. Like, I think soon as Rebel Heart hit, like it was basically a swan song to Johnny Gargano. The best image or the best couple of seconds of that whole match was Tommaso Ciampa cheering on Johnny Gargano. What
a story,
man. Yeah, it was a really good pay-per-view. It was good. I wish they just weren't inside of the PC. Like, if this is gonna be your last two Raw, it should not have been in a PC. And that's just disturbing. It really is. Those guys, but it also they did what they were supposed to do, man. Braun Breaker is a star. Even though I really didn't really mess with the Australian Pat McAfee, but he is a star. They actually found something useful for LA Knight. I hate that name, but I think the character that he's falling into works. Cameron Grimes actually making Duke whatever his name work is really great to me. Chase you know what I mean? That's my shit. I really like it. Chase you.
I've seen some of those. It's good stuff,
man. It's really good.
One of the Bravado brothers, yeah.
And we talk about Tony, what's his name? And last but not least, Malcolm Bivens is killing it every single time he touches a television screen. It is must watch.
It's unbelievable to me that he signed and did absolutely nothing for so long. And then they finally went, oh, right. And now he's just killing it.
And not only killing it in real life, he's killing it on social media, which is probably one of my favorite photos.
He asks King Woods.
He asked King Woods if he could come out as Bobby Brown, as Bobby Brown hopped out the helicopter singing Thug Lovin'. And then you have King Woods saying, "Your wish has been granted." And then he starts doing it in the intro before War Games, and Fit Finley comes out and kicks him. Like, what are you doing? It gets him out of there. It's great. It's gold. It's gold, man. And I think as much as, again, we all know my heart is bleeds black and gold. I was waving that flag when nobody was, no matter what. I was like, when NXT does it, they do it big.
Mike, neither will I. Neither.
Oh, yes. Yes, with the
but what a great bit.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And to hear the story behind that, how she was just like, he just called her like, "Hey, I got this idea. Can you just do this, please?" He's great, man. Look, he's NXT War Games was really good War Games. It shouldn't have been in the PC. The PC didn't deserve it. But hopefully we could get back. Hopefully we could get back to that. But that's War Games.
That's War Games. I think that's our show, but we do have one thing we want to talk about. You guys know we do 2 things. Oh, we need to do hashtag of the week. That's what we need to do. I don't have anything right now.
All right, I go. All right. So, guys, my hashtag of the week is going to be hashtag Johnny Forever. Now, he said basically all the things I could say about him being there for 6 years, him not being signed, showing up every week, getting into the Dusty Rhodes tournament with Ciampa, doing his thing, yada, yada, yada. Like we could go a long list of the array of that. But one thing I want to say is that Johnny Gargano, it's only a certain wrestlers like a Shawn Michaels, a Daniel Bryan, Johnny Gargano that could make you feel their heart through the screen. And it's not a thing where it's not a cliche, or it's not by chance that it's, he's the heart of NXT, or it's Rebel Heart and all these things, is because you could tell that's authentically him. And the one thing about NXT Gold brand was it was authentic, and it wasn't as much as gimmicks. It was stripped down. And the reason why Johnny Gargano was able to flourish in that, because the first time it felt like on the main stage that somebody was allowing him to be himself in front of us. And no matter where Johnny Gargano goes, AEW, WWE, MLW, New Japan Strong, there's so many options that are Defy or GCW or wherever he could go, or just pop up at PWG at Battle of Bola or the Bola. Could be so many options and so many things. The one thing for sure that it'll be Johnny forever, because we will forever support that man, no matter good or bad, happy or sad. Great dude all around. Johnny forever is my hashtag of the week.
This is not my hashtag, but I just want to say I think Taz on AEW Dark has some of the best quotes I think I've ever seen, from just like, he's having the time of his life. And I love Taz, but that's not my hashtag. My hashtag this week, you actually mentioned it, is Bola. Last week, we got an announcement that the Battle of Los Angeles is coming back. That is, the premier tournament in independent wrestling, PWG. It's 2 nights, and it's in January, which is way different. I've been going to Bola for a couple of years now, and it's always a awesomely great weekend of wrestling. And you always get top tier matches. And one reason this would be amazing. First of all, Darius Lockhart for Bola. Let's go. Man is killing it right now. But you mentioned it. This is a great time to love independent wrestling, because who knows who else will be announced for the Battle of Los Angeles. you're right. It could be Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano could make his independent wrestling return at Bola. We don't know. And that's the excitement of Bola. You don't know who's going to show up. You don't know who's going to be the breakout star of that. I mean, so far they've announced Jonah Rock and Alex Shelley, just two competitors, but it's going to be an amazing weekend at the end of January. I always look forward to it. I actually like just the people I meet that come to Bola. I got out of a lift 2 years ago, got in line behind 3 dudes from Australia, and I hung out with them all weekend. It was great. They were so fun. It was a great time. It's just a fun time. Sorry, I got a weird text message. I'm turning my phone over. Look to my left. There it was. It's just a great time, and I hope everybody who can go gets to go. I know we are going to try and go. And this will be your first Bola?
This will be my first Bola.
There you go. So that's my hashtag of the week is maybe hashtag welcome back Bola, because we didn't know. Like, as soon as December hit, we went, well, I guess we're not getting a Bola this year because it's usually in September. But we're starting the year out with it, and I wonder if that will be the norm from now on.
I think it's great. Right before Maina, right before Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
I think it's great.
Oh, is it the same weekend?
I hope not, because if it is, we may be in St. Louis. Yeah.
St. Louis.
No, we may be.
I'm like going to Cardinal Town.
Ooh.
Anyway, the other thing I was going to mention is, like I said, it's almost the end of the year. And as you guys know, we do our year-end awards. We are going to try and get out the ballot, if you will. We're going to try and get that out soon.
Very, very, very soon.
I don't want to put a due date on it, but we'll try to get it to you guys before the next show next week.
Very soon.
And we'll do Wrestler of the Year. We'll do all the categories we have done in previous years, and it should be a fun show. I always look forward to doing this.
Special guest on the show. It's always fun. We dress up. It's always great. It's a great time.
It's a fun time, and I'm now realizing it is December 7th, and I have limited time to lock in my top 100.
Yep.
And who is at number 1 may shock you, but we don't know. I still have some matches to watch, so that could change. But yeah, guys, holy moly. If you want to follow us, our little God, I can never figure it out. It's right here. It's right here, and it's actually
make sure you follow us to find out when and where the ballots are dropping. So please follow us on Twitter right here. Follow us on Twitter, and so you will see on our socials when we drop the ballot, so we can get your votes.
Yeah,
because you can be yourself. You can't be no one else.
Oh, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Heard that.
Because another day, you got to give them hell.
And make sure you're also following our Instagram.com/ths.wrestling. I'm sure we will also drop it there, as well as Facebook.com/ths wrestling news. And well, we won't drop it on YouTube, but you should check it out anyways, because we're going to have those New Japan Strong, the panel, and the interview with Jay White, and the interview with Heath, which was a lot of fun. Just a nice little interview. We're going to have all that up on youtube.com/that#show TV. And I mean, twitch.tv/that#show, but also twitch.tv/JP Thrice, guys. I've been streaming every night. I'm so close to affiliate. I'm like very, very close. I just need those viewers. I need the average of 3 viewers. And I mean, also, yours is twitch.tv/stayflylife.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was that or
I'm getting.
That's your Twitter. Yes.
I'm getting back to streaming this week. Maybe tonight, guys.
Hey, we've got 40 minutes until Verdansk is gone forever in Warzone. We're getting that sweet, sweet new map in the morning, and I'm very excited about that.
Okay. I am staying up to watch Hawkeye, so I'll probably be playing.
I'll probably be up early to watch Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You know. All right, guys. Well, I mean, thanks for joining us. This was a fun show. Make sure you check out that #show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thanks for the
Gargano.
memories.
Bye, Kyle O'Reilly. Forever gone, Tegan.